Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Can we talk?
What is Shadow Date? Well, that's wild.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
Oh, the dungeon crawler.
If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm all the way back to Sekiro.
Gosh, no, Captain.
Not that many games?
So long as I'm
Whoa, One Piece World Seeker? What is that?
Over wireless or by message. And maybe when we put into Groundbreaker, I could stop.
Oh.
But only when you don't need me with you. Thanks, Captain.
Dude, is this a free roam One Piece game?
What's that?
It's called One Piece World Seeker. And I guess you're...
What, One Piece is that show you and, Das are talking about, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me and Das are right on, man.
Is it on, what's it on?
Hulu.
I'm gonna watch every episode ever.
Sure you are.
That's not the point.
Don't you doubt me. Season 1, One Piece. I'm Luffy, the man who's something.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so wild at him.
Yeah, I just rolled past Realm Royale.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Fucking
I remember that game.
deep in the day.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's back.
Oh yeah, Sarge, I do have it installed.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Yeah, I think Trevor bought that. So he thought he would play it for some reason.
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take... If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone...
Oh man, you guys remember Mirror's Edge?
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
that's you again.
Oh, and Ninja Gaiden, here we go.
You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
That's a terrible game. I'm never gonna install that. What am I talking about?
I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling. Of course. What am I to you but the guy who's got his eye on your ship? Is there anything else I can help you
Oh,
with?
what a dick.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the prom. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks.
Well, I might get
Not,
off and go
not
watch this
regular folks.
Mando
So
episode
get
and
this,
then
Chief Junlei might
probably
have an
go to
errand in
bed.
mind. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in
I'll
engineering.
catch y'all later.
I'd love to get a look
Okay,
at this
buddy.
old
Later, Chip.
exhibits. I bet the real twisty
Bye-bye.
and weird. In a good way.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss.
Can we move this along? I have a certain matter I'd like to.
Are you pulling my leg? Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and Wildcat mine. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, Court. Glad to help. Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
Much talking.
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to. Sublight gives me the creeps. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker. Not that he would, being a board man and all. Really likes his cereals, too. Maybe a little too much. Bit of a...
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals. They're fun.
Udon takes it to an, You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact all their interstellar freighters come through us. And we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every... Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know.
How was Christmas at the old homestead?
It was good. Yeah, got to see the kiddies and Jordan and my older brother.
Did you drive over there? Back or?
No, I flew. It's too far to drive.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought you would. I was hoping you were gonna fly because it was. It'd be like a day or two drive, depending how much you can cram in.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that leave? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations that we push them too hard. Maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of...
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that,
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. Sure thing. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll... You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most... Be seeing you.
Christ. Couldn't stop talking to that. I can't just like walk around with your gun out.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? This is the If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sunita. I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first. Folks are liable to start. Sure, and stuff from outside the system too, off the
These
interstellar
motherfuckers
freighters.
always talking
That's why we
shit.
also have so many armed
What?
Mardettes on duty here.
Oh, and Witcher. People hating on the Witcher.
Yeah, I told you there was a lot of hate on that. Apparently, like.
Oh no, I mean I'm talking about the actual game, but yeah, people were hating on the show.
Oh yeah, the
That's
show.
what I read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that before I watched it, but I enjoyed the show. The only problem, like I said, the last couple episodes though were kind of I didn't really enjoy.
I didn't watch. I didn't really play much of the game.
That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be locked up back here too then. We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sunita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour.
Wish I had Intimidate 100 right now.
All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
There's something weighing on my mind.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You are hearing things.
This guy just like let me back here. Like talk to him enough and let me in the police station. Emerson.
Easy does it.
Got some hard station. Fully jacked it. worth stealing. What's a bolter pistol? Do you remember or no?
What is it?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh.
Should give you like stats and let you know like if this like stuff's. It just says it's an impact hammer or plasma red. Tell you it's like a good one, you know.
Yeah.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork. Oh, I
I got
will.
a stack of graphic
Soon as
novels
the
to get
chief
through.
approves the personnel reorg required
What's
for
that?
bounty dispatch.
I said I got a stack
So,
of graphic
in about
novels to
3
get through.
7
What'd you get?
weeks.
I got a couple new ones that I asked Jordan for Christmas and my birthday. So I got
You
the
and about
Weapon
6
X
other enterprising
prelude
Mavericks. It's only a matter
comic,
of time before
graphic
someone brings
novel,
me McCrab's head.
Umbrella
Or his
Academy,
lucky lighter as
the
proof
full
of kill.
Spawn collection,
I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and
Hellboy.
skip speed to you.
I still need to read this Joker one, Wanted, The Boys, and then this Justice League. First 13 episodes, the first 13 comics. I got a whole stack right now I'm going through.
I have a lot of the Spawn comics on digital download somewhere. I have a Batman vs Spawn graphic novel, actual. Pretty cool. I like Spawn. He's one of my favorites. I don't know as much about him as I should. I never really read, like, I just kind of peeked at a lot of stuff. I didn't read them like I should. And the ones I did, it was so long ago, I don't remember much of it. Like I said, I lost a lot of comics, like, for all the moves, and some got water damaged. I don't have a lot left. All the digital ones, I don't have anything to really read them that's that good. So they just kind of sit there.
Still waiting to hear back on that bounty from... Do I look like your gossipy best friend? Well, I'm on post. Then get to... We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit. Folks started calling us Mardettes because it was easier to say.
Kill this guy. Where's he at? on, this dude. Fuck him up. Got kill this guy in the back. Fuck, yawn. In the back, like cargo bays or whatever. The bounty. That's like a light up ping pong ball moon.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company? A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Suede or intimidate? Do both. I go by the Patrick Swayze laws of Roadhouse. Be nice until it's time to not be nice. It's not time to be not nice yet. So just be nice.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice. Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter? My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours.
Did you do this bounty or did you skip past it?
Don't worry,
Which
Mr.
one?
McRed. We'll treat Mr.
McCready
extra
when you
nice
first get on here. He's like the pyro guy.
You call your lighter Little Flick?
I'm not
I'll
sure.
miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head.
I don't think I went to that lab. No, because after that I went to a different area, and then I went back to the original area to do some missions that I had missed.
Keen eyes you got there. Sunita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal understanding a few years back, and she wanted me to have something to remember her by. Lay it on me, boss. I'm good for it. Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded, and my baby got sold to Sublight. Scrapped for parts. That's bureaucracy for you. Piracy with a smile. Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long, and the Groundbreaker drains you like a fuel tank.
I don't know if I should kill this guy or not. I got his lighter. Like she wanted like proof, like his head or his lighter. Apparently they were lovers. And she just wants, and she wants the lighter as proof of his death. I was able to persuade him because my persuade's high enough.
The second floor is my place. Off limits to the likes of you. Whatever business brings you down to my domain, keep it local.
Captain, I was hoping for a word.
I don't want to murder him though. I don't know if like you'd end up adding him to your posse.
If I could trouble you for a moment of your time, while we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him. That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my year. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught my... Thank you, Captain.
I want something from you.
Systems over.
Troop armor. Want that stuff. Cheap, I'll save. So nothing. I'm out, bitches. I'll maybe come back and kill him. I gotta talk to chick, give her the lighter back, see what she says. Sounds like she's just like bitter.
Near maple syrup. It's near.
Are you listening to me?
Speed boost definitely makes a difference. It doesn't feel as slow anymore.
This is it. Security.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
I don't know if I should lie or ask her about their carnal understanding first. What to do? I don't want the lie choice to go away. We think home slice, which I do.
What's that?
Should I lie to her about like him being completely dead because I have his lighter already, or should I ask her about their carnal understanding?
Just lie.
You probably didn't talk much to anyone in here. You probably just like skated through the game.
No, I mean I did a lot. I did too much talking. That's why I never beat it. I'm not even halfway through.
I thought you beat this already. Oh, my bad.
No, I did too much.
Oh.
There's too much shit.
Yeah, I know.
had
It's
to
too
do
much
that I got
talking, right?
overwhelmed.
You're like, oh, what the fuck? Talk.
Yeah, I got overwhelmed. I talked to every single person in Groundbreaker, did every quest there, did every quest in Edgewater, did every quest in this other area.
Yeah.
And I was just like, ugh, I'm just like tired of talking and doing side quests.
All talked out. Already in here.
Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Out here, buddy.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
I tried that horde mode in World Wars. Shit was hard as fuck. I honestly didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Man, when I joined in a match and it wasn't too tough at the point I was at, but I just joined the match.
I joined the match, and I think it was on its first wave, and we all died because I don't think anyone knew what the hell we were doing. Died on the first wave. I couldn't understand, like, or no, maybe we went like second or third wave, but I couldn't figure out how to buy ammo. Like, there was no ammo boxes, and I was confused.
Oh,
I didn't understand it.
I suppose
Not a lot of people
have
playing
much
that on
faith in
PC at
actually
all.
finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
It was also pretty late when I was playing. It was like my first stream that I did. I just jumped on to see if it would work. Streaming or not.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've...
Level 9. A Mustashio warrior save. Kill points. Ah, aim. Got pee.
Well, I could use a breather.
Jesus, fucking frigid in this room. I gotta swap one of the fans around on my PC too to help. Like, not that it's overheating or anything, but see if it'll keep it a little bit cooler. Because when I'm streaming and whatnot, it gets a little hot. Put my skill points in. Oh, then I hit A to accept it. Yeah, I guess. Where's the shrink rate? Oh, there it is. Oh. Buy it.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Weapons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The
Yeah, they're all sleeping. You can see.
that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens.
Found some sort of key card.
Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon colony.
Make it seem like you can climb up here. There.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
Even trying to sell you like hard ciders in the fucking game. Jeez. Don't have real beer. Following. Can't remember where the hell I'm going. Shit, it's in the captain's. Damn it, no.
You been flying the outer systems route?
I know she's in. You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first. Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. You say that like it's weird. Like I said, Jesse did me a favor, and now I just don't like to leave a dead... Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Something I can help you with? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. Requests of our patients are paramount. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supply. We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medicals. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not Take care.
Need to let myself in.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better
I
yourself,
thought he was gonna try to
you'll have
stop me
wait.
when I came in here.
We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. Did he now? I'm off on that man. I swear his late mother'd be He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Surgery mostly. Medical personnel. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, You look out, though. A place...
Alright, finish this one. The next graphic novel. It's 4 comics. I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. I may look into getting the other volumes.
What kind of graphic novels are they? Because I know, I mean, I know what some of them are, but are they like Japanimation stuff? Are they manga? Like, where are they?
No, I mean they're literally just like
Regular comics.
the comic books put into one book.
No, I know that, but like, are they? Like you told me with some, I don't know what some of them are. Are they like all like some of them are superheroes? Like, obviously I know what some of the obvious ones are. I know what you know. What were some of the oddball ones you got?
Well, I've read the whole comic book run of Saga.
Yeah, like
Which is
I
a
don't
pretty,
even know what that is. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
it's a pretty popular one that came out in like 2012, I think. But they did 45 issues or something like that, and
Mhm.
then they took a break, and they've been on break for 2 years, and it's really popular. They have Funkos of them. It's the only comic book besides like the superhero movies that have their own
Yeah.
Funkos, and it's super good. It's kind of like it reminds me of Outer Worlds because it's out in space and this pretty much traveling from world to world, following this couple who kind of like a Romeo and Juliet story. Like they're from different planets who are at war with each other, but they still found each other and fell in love and had a child. And but their relationship's considered like blasphemy, and
Yeah.
so they're being hunted down. And so the whole book is them running from it, people chasing them, and it's really really good. And some really good stuff happened in it, and I knocked that one out. It took me about a week to read it all because it's a lot of issues, but it was really good. Another one I've really been into is Oblivion Song, which is actually it's a new comic book made by the guy who made Walking Dead, and it's about an alternate world was merged with
Yeah.
the U.S. and like 300,000 people were killed, and then it's about how that happened, and then they figured out a way to go into the alternate world and do research, trying to prevent it from happening again, and trying to save people that got pulled into the alternate world that may still be alive. It's really really good, but it got picked up by Warner Brothers or someone like that, and there's a chance it's gonna get like its own TV show or movie.
That's pretty cool.
But it's pretty new. It's about 20, 22 comics in, and they come out one a month, so about a year and a half. But I have the first 3 graphic novels for that, but I'm actually collecting the comic books now because I'm caught up on it, so I'll buy the actual comic books now. And then I got another one I'm gonna start. It's a comic book series that's new. It's called Reaver. I'm really excited about it, but I haven't started it yet. I got the comics. I ordered them off of eBay, so I have the first 6 issues that are out right here, sitting here. I'm gonna read them. Hopefully this is a really cool series. It looks really cool. But other than that, there's like some from like pop culture that like I really like the movies, and I never knew anything about the comic backstory that I want to know, like Spawn, like
Yeah.
Hellboy, all those. So I wanted to read through those. So I'm probably gonna start. I'm probably gonna read Spawn tomorrow. There's 3 volumes for it, but I mean, comics you can read them pretty quickly.
How do you activate this like cloaking thing? I can't quite figure that out in here.
What thing?
You get that like cloaking device that like asks your identity. You can go in places. Get it on your ship.
Looks like that's what it was right there, but
Yeah, there's this thing right here, the holographic shroud.
I think it's like a passive thing. It's not anything you turn on. I think it's just on you.
You think so?
Yeah.
Find out. If I get shot.
I don't know if you can even go in there.
Ah, there it is, passive. I have a thing that should disguise me as a...
Oh, cool.
Operator.
My brother bought me the Umbrella Academy graphic novel.
Yeah.
And it looks incredible.
Wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed.
Like the art is just so cool. Did you watch Umbrella Academy on Netflix?
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh, it's good.
Yes, Ray liked it. I know you liked it.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
The Spawn art looks really cool too.
Should've known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't ruin
Hey
the
bros,
day
if
I
I'm going to
gave
bed, I
her
need to try to get some good sleep.
All
I'll
right.
be on tomorrow.
I befriended a bloodhound
All
in
right.
the process.
Peace,
Alright,
brother.
okay.
Your homes.
Justice like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. Oh, laws. Wait, don't gut me and skin me yet. Please, talk to Bedford. Tell him I can pay, a part of it, and I'm a useful person to know. Just ask Ellie. Surely you wouldn't drag me before him. I'm dreadful contagious. I just know if I face him, I'm dead. What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in... If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent. Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Quietly now.
Any word on Jessie? Let's just say she did me a favor, and now I owe her. So, did you find her, or what? Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat... Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's a lot of slogan. Heard of it? My orientation aether wave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be a...
That's a spacious choice, Spear. Take what you have, polish it up, and... So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you. Have a look.
Crap.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs?
Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from. Fine, as long as the board keeps its... Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight... Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free. Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't... She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one. Of course, most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
Yeah, it did seem kind of creepy, that dude. You want one of those moon masks. Walk around knowing.
Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Close that.
Rumors of food shortages. Rest assured, the far-sighted corporate leaders of Halcyon have tailored their products to meet the looks of the refined customer. Scheduled scarcity is a premium feature of colonial life. This story brought to you by Halcyon
Oh,
News.
fuck.
All the
Is that like a
news
one-use
that's
key
scripted
card?
broadcast.
Shit. Anything worth it in there? Fuck. Said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was this your room? I'll just move along. Wait, this is almost certainly my room. That's my underwear on the floor.
Drunk? Fucked up. There's like rat thing.
Hey, Mr. Vicker. Did you ever get a little bit homesick for Edgewater? For that ocean? Stink.
No, I do not.
You're supposed to say yes and go on to explain why. I just want to have a conversation.
Of course you do.
Flashlight.
Nicely done.
Through that way. Good to know. I wonder why they got a back door. The way the get in there, like from the surgery room. It's kind of shady.
Move along.
You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? made without a single natural ingredient or an oven, just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years. Can't say I know for sure.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had...
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from... You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to make. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar. I found a handsome ceramic mandapillar at a salvage auction last week.
Jesus. Almost a 10% discount. That's still that much. By myself. Wanted to.
Got one more hour before the dockmaster bills me. How many beers can I down, do you think? Awesome.
This is Halcyon News. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah,
Have
no
you
one
seen
wants
this
you on
man?
Groundbreaker.
Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sighting. RT greeting. Potential this unit dispense pro.
If you got a complaint, file it at security.
Where I want to go. Armory. Back here.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only testament. We also have a line of specialized mail. Everything I sell is fresh from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in the Not me, but it's in my blood. After the... I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the...
Nothing good. Got shit, buddy. Got shit.
Pirate ship? I don't go in for docu-serials.
The bounty hunter who's been after them, Fuller?
She had an
Nothing in there worth jacking.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing. Seriously.
Guy's kind of a dick. And there's.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
You think the board and its agents would be...
Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? This is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside... Ah, that's just like him. Tell me, how did he die? No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their... Fine. You're free to go. I've removed the impound order on your ship. But before you go, I did have one request. Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or... That's... Well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional. Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate? I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical for a change. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work? Be my guest.
Law, but it's miserable. My Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be...
A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use.
To serve at our most esteemed chairman's behest, as this office is the primary embassy for the board.
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I have few complaints.
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. They're here to keep the peace.
Precisely.
Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign. When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? No, Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no. Best to be clear, I believe.
Ask away.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to the embassy.
This is Halcyon
XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Do you have what
We
it
thought
takes
there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
life and the other?
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.